What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Honestly Bad or Albert, and today we have something extremely overdue. Today, I am finally bringing you guys the video for the Kia Forte GT short throw shifter from Boomba. This is the first short throw shifter that is actually specifically made for our cars and not for the Kia Soul that some people were able to hogmash in there or the Veloster. This thing is completely designed so that it fits our car practically perfectly. It couldn't get any closer than this. Real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to Jason in the Facebook group that helped get all of this together with the people over at Boomba. Thank you, Ray. Thank you to their shop manager and everything that gave me the tour. Boomba is an amazing company. I got to get to know some of the guys there, and they actually let me record with it. So when you guys see the installation guide for the short throw shifter, it's my car, which is absolutely amazing. You're going to see that Ray was also going ahead and going through everything with me. While he was recording, I was recording, so it was pretty cool. We get to see the whole process. I'm going to kind of go over it, voice over it while they're installing it, kind of give you an idea of what's going on, what's happening. But of course, this is not a full install video. This is not exactly how to do it. Watch Boomba's video when it gets out. You're going to see myself, I believe, in it with my first reactions with it, and the total install in depth through them. Definitely make sure you check that out. The link to the short throw shifter will be in the description. I purposely waited. This happened back in May, just because I wanted to make sure that the short throw shifter was out before I submitted this video, just because I don't want it to be one of those things where a million people's asking me, when's it coming out, how is it, blah blah blah. I wanted it to be where this video comes out, you see the short throw shifter, and it's released. It released, I believe, sometime last week, but I went on Boomba's website. It is available there, so there will be a link in the description. Once again, thank you, Ray and Jason from the Facebook Forte GT group. I was truly honored to be a part of this and helping our little community grow of the Forte GT owners. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into this with the whole installs. I'll kind of talk about the feel and everything afterwards, and we'll get right into this.
I got enough strength. Oh, excuse me, big boy. I'm the man.
Is that under warranty?
Not anymore.
Alright, I had to keep the audio of that first clip in. It was just kind of priceless. But so like I said, this isn't going to be your full step-by-step how to do this. That is what the Boomba video is for. That's why you see the gentleman holding the camera, doing literally watching everything that this gentleman is doing. All I'm going to say about this install is it is definitely something I'm kind of glad that someone did for me. It's something that I probably would have taken me about a day, maybe two. If you're more mechanically inclined, like I am, but something like this I've never done before, and it just seemed like something that would, get annoying after a while. But of course, this is what they do for a living, so they make it look very easy. So that first part, they were just taking out the wireless charger, all of the electronics for that top portion. I skipped out the parts where they're moving out the two side trim pieces. You'll see a little hole right by the footwell. I didn't think that was really needed, but he's taking out the screws right now of the whole center console piece. That all comes out as one piece, as you'll see. So the tools you needed or will need, the tools that he used, it looked like he used a 10 mil, I believe it was a 10 mil and a 12 mil for pretty much all the bolts. And then he did use an Allen wrench, I forget which one, later on. A couple screwdrivers, a couple picks. I mean, really, it's not that intensive tool-wise. A lot of just clips, wiring harnesses, stuff like that. A lot of bolts. Not even a lot of bolts, just a lot of clips. But yeah, you'll just see them kind of going through, making sure all the wires are completely unplugged, all the screws are out. I tried my best to condense this as much as possible. It was a 40-minute video down to, I believe, a 20-minute video, so this isn't terrible. Oh gosh. But yeah, so right now he's taking out the vents of the whole center console piece. getting that out of the way. Also, I left out all of the audio just because it's a lot of machinery and stuff. There was a lot of stuff they asked me to try my best to keep out, you know, because trade secrets, stuff like that, wasn't anything like crazy. So there was a couple parts that was better views that I kind of left out. But so yeah, so this part, there's a couple clips that holds in the shift linkage into that bottom, like the opaque shift boot area that he just kind of unclipped. There's a little clip under it as well that he took out. He's going to go ahead, take out the screws holding that whole shift linkage together. This part is probably the easiest part, taking everything apart, putting everything together. When he goes to the bench, that's when it's going to get a little tricky, a little fun. But yeah, the whole taking out the whole kind of center console area is not bad at all. You can see that's it. So if you're doing the Boomba shifter mount shifter bushings, that's pretty much what you would do as well. He's just taking some pictures of that. You can kind of see him play around, and yeah, we're going to use that Dremel. So there is a snap ring, I forget what it's called, but that you do have to cut. You know, probably side cutters will do the trick too. He's using a Dremel here, but it is like a one-time use snap ring that they use. So it is provided in the kit. But yeah, anyways, you're gonna see him try and fish it out with a screwdriver. It eventually finally does come out. That's probably one of the harder parts of this. But yeah, so I want to say like I said, the hardest parts is going to be once you get it to the bench. You're going to take that shifter, that whole like nub thing out of that opaque part. It's really hard to try and get the angles because I obviously am trying to stay out of the way, so that they could do their thing. I mean, that was the whole point. Usually, I think I'm one of the first people that actually recorded with them. Just because I never see any videos like this anymore. But this next part, this clip is actually much longer. He ends up getting one of the techs that also worked there, one of the machinists, to hold that down for him while he tries to just use 2 flathead screwdrivers to get that little bottom piece off. Snaps off. Obviously, I did speed this up a little bit, like I said, just to try to keep this down on time. So he's going to kind of clean up some of the factory lube, assembly lube that's on there. He's going to use a pick and a screwdriver for that little black centerpiece. You do have to be careful not to break that black centerpiece. Just try to wiggle it, break it free from the opaque part. That's one of the things that they mentioned too. That's one of the problems when they were testing it. They actually broke that a couple times supposedly. Or I might be thinking of someone doing the sole. But yeah, I would be careful with that. You're going to see him just kind of work it away around, and then eventually he's able to just kind of pop that out. So, okay. I forgot. So this is the part. So he gets it kind of free from the size. He's going to try using a hammer, and then ends up using... I don't think he uses anything to get that out. Yeah, he just hits that thing out. This is probably the least orchestrated video other than my short ran air intake. If you haven't seen that, check it out. That I have, just because it's hard to make a script. So you're going to see here, this is what the kit is going to look like, I believe, with the spring, the short throw shifter, the knob. Like I said, they didn't know what kind of snap ring they were going to use, if they were going to use the one that was reusable or the one that was one-time use. I believe they ended up going with the one-time use one. So here, you're going to take off, this is your release for reverse. Like I said, that's where you're going to need the Allen key. They're using some, I believe that's wheel bearing grease, so some kind of assembly lube, wheel bearing grease. You're going to want to make sure you put a nice good coating on that. Especially on that little bulb too, that'll help it slide back on as well. That also is connected to the shift linkage. But you're going to see him slide that bulb back on, that black piece, onto the new shifter. You really make sure it's on there. Same with that little nub on the bottom. He's using a hammer, make sure it's really in there. Try not to break it. There's probably another piece that you might break in the process of doing it. Now the thing he's going to show us here is the side with the nub, the metal nub, and the one that you put the screw in. The thicker part has to be opposite each other. If you do it where they're together, it's not going to work. It's not going to fit properly. Your reverse won't work, and that'll all be fun. So just make sure that that thicker box portion, he's pointing at it again, is different, so that the reverse throws out works out good. So now he's going to put everything back together in that big part, like I said. So he's going to have the pictures of everything, and then there's going to be probably the YouTube guide too that I haven't seen released yet. When it does get released, I'll make sure I put that in the description too, that link. But yeah, you're going to see him go ahead and get everything kind of together. This is probably the second easiest part. I mean, it's really not that bad of a job. Like I said, I'm just kind of glad it's something that I was able to get done without doing it myself. Just because knowing me and muscling everything, I probably would have broke something. He's going to use the 10 mil a deep socket just to make sure he gets that snap ring in place. He's going to hit it a couple times, get it in there. That's yeah, I believe that is the one they went with in the kit. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I believe, on that portion. So he's going to go ahead. I did get the treatment. They did give me a set of the shifter bushings. That's already out there. You can go ahead and watch a video on that. But so my setup now, I'm going to talk about this while he's putting everything back together, just because I mean it's kind of self-explanatory. He's showing how to put the shifter bushings on there too for the bottom and the top. But anyways, my setup, so I had pretty much the full Boomba manual transmission treatment. So the only thing I didn't have was the shifter bushings for on top of the trans. I ordered the wrong ones. The ones I ordered were actually for under what he's doing right now, those bushings. But I did have the Boomba short shift adapter that sits on the trans. That was one of the first things I did to this car when I got the car. That's why there was never a video on it. I tried to make it a couple times to where I just did it real quick, but every time I tried recording it was just bad timing. So I do have the short throw shifter and the short throw shift adapter. This setup was absolutely amazing. I do not have a first drive video on this. I do have a clip at the end of just kind of me driving. It's a really crappy angle. I know, I'm sorry. Just everything was thrown together. Well, it's been a couple months. I finally moved out. Whatever. Excuses. But I just want to get this out there. So the final drive you'll see on Boomba's version, I believe. There's a clip of it. Ray videotaped me driving the car. It got some taking used to. I remember back before I did the short throw shift adapter, how big of a change that did. Imagine that times 2 with both the shifter adapter and the short throw shifter. It's absolutely amazing. That first clip in the beginning of the video, you kind of see me playing around with it too. You can just see, you know, 6th gear or 5th gear and 6th gear used to be almost all the way to the right to where the plastic is, and it was practically where 3rd and 4th was with the whole short throw adapter kit. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. So, but anyways, yeah, he's just putting everything together. I mean, nothing too crazy to talk about here. I just wanted to make sure I included it just in case. The nice thing with this video, I guess what I would do if I were you guys, watch the whole how-to, look at the manuals, but then this is a good way to see it kind of done live. It's not edited, you know, how some of those videos are. It looks like it's extremely easy, and I mean, like I said, it's really not that bad. It's just getting it on the bench and doing all that fun stuff. So, but he put the vents back in, he put the bracket back on for the center console. He's gonna move all the wires out of the way, and yeah, you do want to make sure you disconnect the battery. I don't remember if we did. I think we did. I can't remember for the life of me, but just make sure everything's disconnected and working good. So, but yeah, this is this is, like I said, probably the second most least orchestrated video I got. I mean, like I said, I just don't want to. I was originally going to make this like, okay, this is how you do this. This is just walking through literally everything. But I don't want to be the guy where I miss a step or I didn't explain something thoroughly. Their video will be really good. But also, I want you guys to use this as an outlet. So if you have questions on it, you know, I watched the whole process. Leave it in the comments. If you're in the Forte group, you can leave it in the Forte group under the comment section on that post when this video is live, or you can message me on Facebook if you're in that group as well. I don't mind. I will go ahead and kind of give you what I would have done or what they did when they were at a certain step and everything. But them doing this, obviously they do this for a living. I want to say the whole process, if they weren't taking pictures and videotaping everything, might have only took about, I would say maybe an hour and a half. I was only there for about 3 hours. It was actually extremely quick visit. I was actually very surprised. They let me hold on to the short throw shifter. I was the first person to have it. Jason in the Forte group had a kind of version of it too, but I mean, it just, I can't wait till you guys see the finished product. I can't wait till you guys actually get to hold it. The weighted knob that you can get included with this feels absolutely amazing. By the way, the thread pitch, I believe he said, was the same thread pitch as a Focus ST and I believe a Veloster. Don't 100% quote me. I'll probably have it on the screen here. I'm going to do some research. It's probably on Boomba's website already. But that's going to be the same thread pitch. I know for a fact it's the Focus ST or the Fiesta ST, whichever one. It's the exact same weighted short throw shifter, or the nub. What do you call it? The ball for the shifter. But yeah, if you've been in the Forte group for a while, or in the KDM group, we've all been waiting for something like this, mainly just to change the shifter, the shift ball. I know I've been waiting for this for a long time, so it was extremely exciting when all of this kind of came up together. Real quick, I guess, while he's putting the shift nub on, by the way, it was kind of tricky to get that on. You do have to use a zip tie. Sorry, but every mod requires some kind of zip tying, right? But I do have a full front mount intercooler video coming soon with the 6-element blow-off valve, all of that fun stuff coming. Just stay tuned for that. Hopefully it doesn't take me as long to make. And then I do have a video that you guys, let's just say you definitely want to subscribe, hit that bell. It's not going to be the best video. So, but anyways, you're going to see him go ahead using the zip ties to try to make the shift boot work. You can use the factory shift nub. Now, by the way, he didn't have to cut it or anything. It just took that kind of plastic piece off. You didn't have to cut nothing of that shift boot. You didn't have to make it wider, smaller, bigger. So he was able to do it. You should be able to do it too. It wasn't hard. You just use the zip tie, make sure it was nice and tight so nothing clamped. He's going to go ahead, pop that bad boy in, and finally we're getting to the final touch. He's going to go ahead and put the shift knob on. There it is, shift knob. Haha, I figured it out. All one take. This is a long one take for me. This is not like me. So he's going to go ahead and spin that bad boy on, and then the finishing test is going to go ahead and put that shifter sequence in there, and yeah, that's and just how short the throws are. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't wait to show you guys that clip. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the clip of that short throw action of me in my car, and yeah, then we'll go to my final thoughts, and sure. So I left the audio in there just so you can kind of hear it, you know, me downshifting and stuff like that. But the thing with this short throw shifter is it's absolutely amazing. Go ahead, make sure you guys order this. Link in the description. Like I said, when the video for the installation comes up, when I see it, I'll go ahead and make sure I put that in the description as well. Like I said, if you have questions, message me on Facebook, message me in the comments, message me on don't message me on YouTube. Leave a comment. I was there for the whole setup. You know, make sure you watch their video, please. It's going to be more in depth than mine or even their guide. Boomba, like I said, is an amazing company. I have the engine mount that they make coming soon. That's going to be a video here as well. Also, like I said, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for that front mount intercooler video, and then make sure you subscribe for the one video coming too. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for putting up with this long video. If you made it all the way, make sure you smash that like button. And yeah, I'm just extremely happy I could finally bring this to you guys, and we've been waiting for it for a while, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.